Welcome back to TC Talk Sports. If you don't know by now, because you're not subscribed for some weird, ungodly reason, I am now not doing a team preview for everybody in the NBA, but now for these last couple teams, I'm going to talk about their season so far, how well they've been doing or how bad they've been doing. It was just a business decision on my end. I think we were getting too deep into the NBA season to give a preview about the team. So switching up a little bit, but it's still going to be fun, still going to be informative. Stay tuned. And like I said earlier, if you're not subscribed for some weird reason, make sure you hit that subscribe button. My motto, all sports, all the time. I post something on here and my TikTok, TC Talk Sports, every single day. If you're a sports fan, this channel is for you. Subscribe, just do it. It would really make me happy. Please, thank you. I've been thinking about this video for this team for a couple of days now. It's funny that if I did an actual preview for this team before the season started, it would have been a whole lot different than what I'm about to say right now. Talking about the Golden State Warriors. They're one of the best teams in the league. If you would have told me that a month ago, 2 months ago, I would not have believed you. Honestly, if I was making a preview before the season started, I would have said this team might miss the playoffs or they were a play-in team, nothing better. And as of right now, they are 10-3, the second best record in the West. Offensively, defensively, they're top 5 in pretty much every category. The Golden State Warriors have been the most surprising team in the NBA this season. If anybody told you that they would be this good, they are liars. This season came out of nowhere. Offensively, they're averaging 119.6 points per game. That's 4th best in the league. They're shooting 39% from 3, 2nd best. They're 2nd in team rebounds, 1st in team assists. I mean, this offense has been going absolutely crazy this year, and this is with Steph Curry missing a few games early on. And defensively, nobody could have seen this coming. They're giving up 110 points per game. That's tied 6th in the league. Opponents are only making 43.5% of their shots. That number's 3rd in the league, and they're 3rd in total steals. I mean, this team has got it going on right now. Steve Curry's doing a fantastic job. They're playing like 13, 14 guys every game. It's insane the amount of guys off the bench they have playing. Really not a crazy offseason for the Warriors, but I mean, they're just playing extremely well as a team right now. Do I think they can maintain this throughout the season? Just hear me out. Wait for the end of the video for my full prediction on the Warriors. Can't talk about the Warriors without talking about Steph Curry, one of the best players, one of the best point guards of all time. He's played 10 games this season. Like I said, he missed a couple games there in the beginning part of this year. Leads the team with 23 points per game, of course. That's 25th best in the league. 25th, I know it's a little far down, but 23 points is still a good bit, and there's just so many guys ahead of him. I think that number is definitely going to increase as the season goes on. He's shooting 42.7% from 3. Might be a little lower for his standards, being the best shooter of all time, but general, that's still a good number. But his assist and rebound numbers have taken a step up this year. 6.4 assists, 5.3 rebounds. I mean, when he's on the floor, he's just doing it all for this Warriors team. And he's not known too well as a defender. He is kind of like a sneaky good on-ball defender. Right now, he's 7th in the league with 1.8 steals. That just goes back to his rebound numbers, his assist numbers. He's just doing everything for this team. He's going to have to be playing at an MVP level, I think, for this team to succeed and maybe make a deep run in the playoffs. And right now, he's doing that. His best game probably coming November 10th versus the Thunder. 36 points. Shot 7 for 13 from 3, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. I mean, he went off in that game. He loves playing against the Thunder. It seems like, I mean, there's not much you can say about Steph Curry other than he is the best shooter of all time, one of the best players of all time. What ended up being probably the best offseason move in the NBA, the Warriors signing Buddy Hield, obviously losing Klay Thompson. So they wanted to bring in another three-point shooter. They're now known as the Splash Buddies, which I think is hilarious. But Hield, 16.9 points per game. He is shooting 46% from 3 in his career. He's averaging 40% from beyond the arc this year. He is shooting 46%. I mean, he's just catching and shooting no matter what. He's looking like prime Klay Thompson out there, and obviously that worked out well for the Warriors. And as of right now, Hield, a perfect fit on Golden State. On October 29th, Hield against the Pelicans scored 28 points, shot 7 for 11 from beyond the arc. Like I said, there's games where he doesn't even dribble like Klay Thompson would. He just catches in the corner or the wing, pulls up, bangs a 3. I I mean, he's been doing it all year. That high of a three-point percentage, I don't know if it's sustainable for him, but he's had a couple really crazy games this year. People figured with Hield going to the Warriors, he'd come off the bench, play a couple minutes, hit a couple threes, but he's been going absolutely insane so far this year. Andrew Wiggins getting up there in age as well. I don't think people expected him to have too good of a season this year. He's been playing well, 15.2 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, and he's shooting 38% from three. Like I said, this team is second in the league in three-point percentage. Wiggins definitely adding to that, having a good year. October 27th versus the Clippers, he had 29 points. He shot 5 for 8 from three. I mean, he's usually probably not going to take that many or make that many per game, but definitely a solid year so far for Wiggins. Jonathan Kuminga, definitely an interesting storyline going into this season. I think a lot of people expected him to start and play really well. I mean, he was one of the leaders in odds for most improved player. He's played every game so far this year for the Warriors, but only 3 starts. He started the year, and then Kerr decided to bring him off the bench. And honestly, he's been playing better off the bench than when he started. In total this year, he's averaging 14 points per game, 4.2 rebounds. He's shooting 46.2% from the field. Everyone knows he's not that big of a three-point shooter. He's probably taking 1.5 or 2 threes per game, but an efficient shooting year for him, obviously 46.2%. He's getting in the paint, scoring down low. He's had 7 games with 15-plus points. I mean, that's really all you can ask for out of him. I don't know if people expected him to score like 20 or 25 every game. I thought, honestly, if I did a preview before the season started, he would be closer to 20 points, honestly, just because I didn't think that this team was this deep or had too many guys that could score the ball, and I would be wrong with that. My player to watch coming into this season would have been Brandon Podziemski. A great year last year for the rookie. He's now in his second year with the Warriors. I think he had a really good year last year. I expected him to have a bigger role on this team this year. He's playing 24.8 minutes off the bench, I think, which is fine. I thought he might have been in that starting 5, but Kerr obviously messing around with the starting lineups and rotations. We've seen Kuminga, Buddy Hield, Lindy Waters, Gary Payton. I just thought Podziemski would have a bigger year. 7.8 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 3.4 assists. I mean, that's really what he does. He can rebound, he can pass, he can score a little bit. I thought he would have a really good three-point shooting year. 13 games through the season, I would be wrong. He's shooting at 19% from beyond the arc. That is god-awful, but I think that number will increase. He's going to end up having a good year. He had a really good year last year for being a rookie where he started a bunch of games as well. But I think he'll pick it up as we go towards the second half of the season, and he's going to end up having back-to-back solid years. October 30th, however, versus the Pelicans, he did get the starting nod with Steph Curry out. He was that main ball handler, and he proved that he can be a good player, almost putting up a triple-double, 13 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. I think those assists and rebounds numbers were closer to a triple-double. I think there were some stat corrections I saw because that night I did bet on him to get a triple-double and he did not. But I think that's just the type of player he can be. He can put up those type of numbers every night just if he gets that opportunity. Right now, 24.8 minutes off the bench. Not a terrible number, but personally, I would like to see him be involved more. Prediction time for the Golden State Warriors. I said it at the beginning. I have it written down here. They are the biggest surprise team this season. If anybody tells you otherwise, they're just dumb. Nobody saw this type of season coming for the Warriors. Before the season started, like I said at the beginning of this video, I thought they would be a play-in team or possibly miss the playoffs. But now, I'm going to say they're going to finish 3rd or 4th in the West. I just don't think they have the talent to finish 1st or 2nd in the West. Currently, they're 2nd. I think some other teams are going to get it together and have a run at that top spot. Like I think the Mavericks and the Suns, maybe even the Rockets, the way they've been playing, make a run at that top 2 spot. They're going to make the playoffs now at this point. I'm confident in that. I think in order to win a championship, and the Warriors have proven this with their championship runs, you need to have superstar players, which they do in Steph Curry, and the way Buddy Hield is playing is basically replicating Klay Thompson. Not as good of a defender, but shooting-wise, he's been on Klay Thompson level. And you need to have good rotations and good bench play. And nobody has had better bench play than the Warriors this year. So if they can maintain the way that their bench has been playing, with those guys like Lindy Waters, Kevon Looney, Gary Payton, Moses Moody. I just pulled a Kendrick Perkins right there. They're going to be good. They have the depth, the coaching to make a deep postseason run. I just think at the end of the regular season, we're going to see them at 3rd or 4th. Come the playoffs, I mean, I wouldn't want to play them, especially with Steph Curry still playing the way he is. I think it's just going to be super interesting, super fun team to watch this year.